All right, good evening, everyone. At this time, I'll call to order the regularly scheduled committee meeting for the Village of Midlothian, Wednesday, March 18th, 2026, at 7 p.m. Roll call, please. Clerk Moscow.
Trustee Rabat?
Here.
Trustee Crowley?
Here.
Trustee Hilly?
Here.
Trustee Jed?
Here.
Trustee Johnson?
Here.
Trustee Killily?
Here.
Mayor LaRue?
Here.
You have a quorum, sir.
Thank you, sir. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Seeing as no public, I will move on to trustee business. Trustee Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. I have nothing tonight.
Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Burbank.
I also have nothing.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Hilly.
I have nothing.
Thank you, sir.
I also have nothing.
Trustee Jed, you have nothing? Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Killily.
Thank you, Mayor. Two things tonight. One is, as I talked about before, we are reviving Keep Midlothian Beautiful. Everybody wants to live in a town that is beautiful to live in. You like the atmosphere of it. You don't like litter in your town. You like to have all the properties, business and residential, clean. And by the way, we'd like to maybe do a little better job of recycling and maybe recycle some things that we don't right now. And if everybody works together on this, the residents, the businesses, and the village government, we can get pretty far with that. We can make a lot of that happen. But it's got to be everybody working together on this, and that's what Keep Midlothian Beautiful is all about. It's a process where everybody can participate and work together and do their part. We can get this done. And so we're going to have two meetings on April 7th. You can show up at either one, either 3 o'clock or 7 p.m. We're having two meetings for your convenience. It's at the council chambers. It's going to be no more than an hour long. And I would ask that you just show up, hear what we have to say, how you can help, and you don't have to be on a committee. We do need a committee, but you don't have to be on a committee. You can do your part, individually, or you can do it as like we're having a Midlothian Cleanup Day on May 17th. You can show up for that, or where you can do you can do a one-off if you want to help with beautifying. Help the beautification committee do that. But that's what Keep Midlothian is all about, working together. We used to have a slogan, Mayor, Village for Pride Bill. And I think overall, you look at the houses, and that we go around for the garden walk, a lot of beautiful houses. People do a lot of good work. They, by and large, the vast majority of people care about their properties and keep them up. They do a great job. That's why you have a hard time picking people for the garden walk. And a lot of the businesses do a great job too, but and a lot of this litter isn't anybody's fault. It just somehow materializes. But if we can prevent litter, beautify the town, and work on a little more recycling and more things we can do, I think we can get this done, and that's what this meeting is all about. So we'd ask you to show up, hear what we have to say, and see how you can help. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. What did you always say, 7 minutes? 7 minutes a day could go a long way? Is that what you?
Yes.
10 minutes a day.
What was it? That was 10 minutes a week.
10 minutes a week.
We just inspect your property and look at the curb and what people have thrown out or maybe blown back, blown around, and branches and things like that. You can make your property look a lot better. If that's what you do, that goes a long way for the village.
I had a Rosati's pizza box in my front yard.
Was there anything in it?
No.
Yeah.
It was empty. It got loose. It got loose in someone's trash can, and you go pick it up. I mean, it's like I said, 10 minutes a week.
Exactly.
10 minutes a week.
Exactly.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Crowley.
Thank you, sir. First on my agenda, I have the discussion of the Lakota Group Steering Committee Study Phases 2 and 3. If the board will remember, when we began the process with our streetscaping with the Lakota Group, there were 3 phases involved. Shortly thereafter, we found that there was possibly some grant money available to do phase 2 and 3. We did apply for that grant money. Unfortunately, we did not get chosen. So now will be asking the board to approve the Phase 2 and Phase 3 of the Lakota Group streetscaping study. I just wanted to discuss that tonight and see if anybody had any questions. If not, I'd like to have it on the consent agenda for next week. The total amount for both Phase 1 and 2 is $46,900, and that is already slated to be paid out of TIF. Next on my agenda, 2 weeks ago I spoke about the redevelopment agreement for Modern Way Cleaners. I've attached the redevelopment agreement as well as the resolution to approve sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. 162, anybody have it handy?
63.
Hang on one second. Sorry about that. It is... No, it's on here somewhere now, I can't just read it. $163,000,
No.
yeah, it's 10% of that.
Okay.
So $163,032. So I'm making a motion to approve the resolution and the redevelopment agreement.
I'll make a motion.
They're two
Oh,
different,
I'll
they're two
second.
different votes.
Sorry.
2 different votes?
Yep.
Okay.
Which one are we doing?
Approval of the resolution 260318A, a resolution approving the redevelopment agreement between Village of Midlothian, Cook County, and Hitel Thacker at 14642 Pulaski.
You second?
I made the motion.
Did you second?
I second.
Roll call, please, Clerk Glassman.
Trustee Crowley?
Aye.
Trustee Killily?
Aye.
Trustee Burbett?
Aye.
Trustee Hilly?
Aye.
Trustee Jed?
Aye.
Trustee Johnson?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Next, I'm making a motion to approve the redevelopment agreement between the Village of Midlothian and Hitel Thacker.
I'll second.
Is that what we just did?
No. Resolution.
Oh, the resolution, I got you. Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please, Clerk Glassman.
Trustee Crowley?
Aye.
Trustee Jed?
Aye.
Trustee Burbett?
Aye.
Trustee Hilly?
Aye.
Trustee Johnson?
Aye.
Trustee Killily?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next, I wanted to discuss, we've had some discussion about the cell phone usage in the village. Currently, we have a number of employees that receive a stipend, and they use their personal cell phones for the village. We are looking for those employees to get a village-owned phone instead of just a stipend. I sent out the information was sent out back in February by Chief Rita. I've talked to Trustee Hilly and the Finance Committee yesterday, and everyone seems to be in agreement. I just wanted to bring it up for discussion in case anybody had any more questions. The difference will be about $3,800 per year between what the phones will be for the stipend, what we're paying for the stipend, and what we'll having a phone line for each person do. So I just wanted to bring that up for discussion today, see if anybody had any questions. I will send it to Clerk Harris for approval for next week, unless anybody has any problems with it or needs additional information.
I'd be interested in the information regarding what the stipend is and such.
It's different, I think it's different based on each department and the CBAs. The total stipend, I have that information, I think it was sent out.
Not the total, I was more interested in the individual.
I think it
Per
depends.
phone.
I think it depends.
I
Yeah,
don't need it now.
yeah. I'll send you what I have. Right now, here's what I can tell you. Right now, we currently reimburse $275 monthly to 11 staff members, which is $3,300 annually.
That answers, because the reason I ask is we're doing the exact opposite in the school district. We're going the other way, but our stipend is far below what you're doing.
Okay, and then, next on my agenda, Engineer Pletta and the mayor and I have worked with Katie Carls from State Farm. As everyone may recall, we did the demo of the White Elephant a few months back. As a result of that, she had some minor damage inside of her building. Most of it was some cracking in the drywall, mostly drywall repair, right, David? Yeah. It was the majority of it. We also had a structural engineer go out and just verify that there was no structural damage. He did not, I'm paraphrasing, he did not see anything on the outside, but did, with talking to the owner, we did agree to make a few holes in additional drywall to take a look and make sure there's no visible damage from the inside. So we did ask Ms. Carls to get us a quote. I just sent that to the board a few minutes ago. The quote is for approximately $10,900, and that is for repair throughout her business as well as the garage and in her back storage and heating area. So I've asked our economic development attorney to draft a resolution that I would like to have on the agenda for next week as well. As soon as I get it, I wanted to bring that up to see if anybody had any questions or anything. If you want to email me after you look at, I emailed the structural engineer report and the quote. So if anybody has any questions, please reach out to me, but we'd like to move forward with this so we can close that and get the contractor and everybody paid. I think, oh, and one last thing. Last month, I had sent out an email to the board with a job description for a new position that we have been talking about adding, and that is an economic development coordinator. I have gotten some feedback. I just wanted to see if anybody had any other questions or feedback on it. If not, I would like to put that on the agenda for approval for next week as well.
I think it's time. Economic development has obviously started to really blow up, and I know we talked earlier about going to the other fast food joints on Pulaski and maybe giving them some tips on TIF stuff. So I think it's probably a good time for this to move forward.
And thank you, sir. That's all I have tonight.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Attorney Costello.
No report.
Thank you, sir. Under my business, I've had a numerous conversations with Deputy Clerk Harris about the open position in administration department that is budgeted for, has been budgeted for. Early on, I think Deputy Clerk Harris was a little apprehensive to fill the spot based on some past issues and lack of yeah, sure. Didn't know how to say it. But we've recently seen how life happens, and it is now time for us to fill that position going forward. So if no one has a problem, Deputy Clerk Harris would like to post that. I got to get a vote?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's time, it's budgeted for, and it's time to move forward because things happen, and we need a position. Once that person is fully trained and proficient in their job as admin clerk, they will be, or someone in that department will be available some days, slow days, to assist other departments with other duties as assigned as the job description states. So at this point, I'm looking for a motion to approve the posting of the front office clerk 2 position.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please, Clerk Moscow.
Trustee Killily.
Aye.
Trustee Hilly.
Aye.
Trustee Burbette.
Aye.
Trustee Crowley.
Aye.
Trustee Jed.
Aye.
Trustee Johnson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you all. And at this time, I will relinquish the rest of my time to Engineer Plata to please adamantly and professionally and with some vigor tell people why you should get the lead service line replaced for free.
Thank you, Mayor. So before the meeting, we did the public hearing for is the project summary and environmental impacts determination from the IEPA. What we submitted was a project plan document. Since it wasn't recorded, I'll give a brief summary. The project plan is basically laying out the entire village and dividing it up into 5 different projects of lead service line replacement. What we had to do was we had to revise the document because as we're constructing a lead service line replacement project right now, we're finding more lead than we thought we would. So we had to revise our initial projections, and because the IEPA only gives out funding based on the number of service lines that you tell them we have, and we're trying to get more funding, we had to do a revision of the whole project plan. Now the funding is divided up by individual census tracts, which is, it's a map, you can look it up online, you can find it. It's set by the federal government and it's used during the census. There are 2 census tracts within the village that score very well with the IDEA's complicated scoring formula that includes things like children under 6, income levels, and all kinds of different stuff. So 2 census tracts score very well. Those 2 have gotten money. One of them is in construction right now, and we're trying to get that project closed out. The second one will be starting up probably July, August of this year. The ones who are outside of those well-scoring areas are in a little bit of a pickle, considering that in the eyes of the IEPA and the state, they're not as, they don't have as much need in terms of to receive funding from the state and the federal government. And because they don't have as much need, the assumption there is those people have the means to pay for it. So there may come a time one day where after we're done receiving funding from the state and more rounds of applications, where some of this cost may be put on the homeowner for at least the portion that they own. That's not unprecedented. It's happened in many different towns in the area. And the cost for a full lead service line replacement can be something like $12,000 to $15,000. If the homeowner has to account for half of that, you guys can do the math. It's not something that anybody wants to just randomly have to pay. And the village is mandated to replace at least 10% of the lead service lines in town starting in 2027. So that's a long-winded way of saying if you're being given the opportunity to take advantage of doing it for free, right now you should do it. Because who knows what the situation will be like 5 years, 6 years, 7 years down the road. The money is slowly drying up. That's my quick summary. If anybody has any good questions.
Very passionate, but it is going towards mandating all lead service lines being replaced. That's the direction.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's just going to do a 180 anytime soon.
Okay.
The tendency has been the federal government at the federal EPA level have been doing rulemaking sessions on the lead and copper rule specifically, and the trend has been getting only more strict, where they're shortening up the timeline that the village has in order to get all of these replacements done. There's no indication that they're just going to randomly stop forcing the village to do this.
But funding most likely will stop, so get it done now when you can.
Yeah,
for free.
that's where the unknowns come.
Right. Okay, thank you, sir, very passionate. Thank you. That's all I have. Clerk Moskowitz.
Excuse me, I have nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir. That seeing there's no further business come before the board, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned. Ayes have it.